Today we're going to do an in-service on draping the Zeiss Pentero microscope. Ideally, the microscope drape that you want to use is the 30-60-25 or the 30-60-26. The directions are written on the package, but that typically gets discarded. So I'm going to now take the roll of sterile scrub. It's on the field. And first it says this side up. Ideally, that means this side up. When you open this, you have a fold on the end, and that fold, it's opened up completely so that you have a hand exposed on either side that you're trying to get to. The folds will allow you to get to the objective lens, and it's approximately 4 folds down to get to the hand here. We then bring, and we go like that, and this exposes the objective lens. So now the next thing we're going to do is come at the scope, and the objective lens is then allowed to get into a position where we come up and we come over. Now with this microscope, there are 3 ports that are always available, but ideally you want to lose the middle one. You always want to go with, if you're going to do a cranie, you're going to use this one and this one, and if you're going to do a spine, you're going to do this one and this one. So if our cranie position was there, then we would put the position on here and here, again losing the middle one. But because we're going to do a spine procedure, we're going to put the eye cup, and you want to have the Velcro lower than the Carl Zeiss name that's written on the eye cup. So again, we're going to lose this one. Now, this I leave momentarily and attach the Carl Zeiss objective lens. And you want to have the Carl Zeiss logo facing the front. So what we're going to do is bring this in. But before I do that, this cap, if you don't put it on just right, will slide off. And that's by design. But you want to, when you're first putting it on, you want to keep it so that when you're attaching it, you have a good fit. If you put a hand on the top and a hand on the bottom, it'll snap into place. The next thing you're going to do is take this little square and lift it up out of the way. And then our first blue belt, it says tear here. You're going to swing it around, and if you attach it to itself, you actually have the luxury of being able to take it off again. If you attach it to the plastic, then what will happen is it will tear. Our next blue belt is best achieved by gathering this up. And again, we're going to say tear here. If we need to lower the microscope, you use the bottom green button on the pistol grip, and it will come down. So this is going to gather. And this one doesn't have to be particularly tight. But ideally, what you want to do is have the last one tight, and there's a little bar here that says drape tight here. And so with this, we're going to gather this up again. And this is where you want to have a tight blue belt. And the benefit of having it tight here is that there's a little tube that's about here that's about as big as my finger, and what that will do is every crack and crater will then serve as a drape suction. If you look at the screen, you'll see the word drape, and when you touch the word drape, it turns blue, and the microscope then functions to evacuate all the air out of the drape. The last thing as far as positioning the scope when the doctors are ready for it is there is a red dot, and this red dot has a plastic cover on it that comes off. And then as we remove the eyepieces, you want to support the eye cup at the perforation and then peel and drop. What you don't want to do is peel and crumble, because if you crumble, then we just contaminated our glove. That is the draping procedure for the microscope. One other thing that some hospitals find useful is that after they've draped the microscope, they will then take a sterile sheet and cover the drape and the microscope with a sterile sheet, and that way people, when they're doing their activities in the room, don't contaminate your work of art here that's just been draped. Thank you very much for your time.